Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason Wehrli with WCFab. Here we have our LBZ LMM Duramax high flow intake horn. We've offered the intake horn for the LBZ and LMM platform, both available by itself and in our Stage 2 intake bundles, for quite some time. You'll see this design here looks quite a bit different. We recently made some big improvements. Our new design is drawn in CAD and is made of cast aluminum. The benefit to this over our old design is we're able to have a much larger flow path from the intake all the way down to the inlet to the turbo. Much smoother flowing, even more so than the mandrel bent fabricated piece. So as you can see here in this computer simulation, the extreme size difference in our new cast version intake horn versus the OEM component. The OEM piece practically fits inside of it. So how big is it? At the inlet of our cast horn, we're nearly 4.5 inches in diameter. We supply a special silicone reducer boot that goes from 4 3/4 down to 4 inch. This intake horn is not compatible with a factory intake pipe. The factory intake slides over the OEM intake horn. Because our horn is so large, the factory intake will not slide over. This horn will work with any aftermarket intake that uses a silicone boot connection that's 4 inches in diameter, whether that be a fabricated intake or any other plastic aftermarket intake. As long as it uses a silicone boot connection that's 4 inches, our horn is compatible with our supplied silicone boot. We've eliminated the connection to the factory resonator box, so you will remove that from the top of the engine. We have incorporated the factory PCV connection, so that makes this part emissions compliant and no tuning required. Another benefit to our horn over the factory design is we use an O-ring seal to the face of the turbocharger, unlike OEM, which is no seal at all. It's just plastic surface to the face of the turbocharger. They're notorious for air leaks and also residual oil leaks from the PCV system. So it's a much better sealing component to the turbocharger and less chance of an oily mess around your engine. We spent a lot of time with this part on the flow bench and through flow analysis and computer-aided design to offer the largest in size and the most flow into the factory turbocharger. It comes standard in our high flow Stage 2 intake kits, the LLY, LBZ, and LMM. So here we are over at the flow bench and talk about the increase on this part over the OEM component. We did a lot of time in CAD, obviously, to make this part as large as we could get it and still fit with all the surrounding parts in the engine bay. At the end, though, you're still limited by your intake flange at that VGT turbo. We can't make that any larger than what it is, but we've got some healthy increases from the connection of the intake to that flange. The factory plastic injection molded part, 312 CFM, that part flows, while our high flow horn, 375. That's a 20% increase over the OEM component, 63 CFM gain. So overall, it's a pretty healthy increase over the OEM injection molded part. And of course, you can't powder coat plastic. Our nice cast horn can be powder coated in any custom color you want. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to our sales team or any WCFab dealer. I'm Jason Wehrli, this is WCFab, and thanks for watching.